Welcome back to another Fun Friday Ideas with me, Susan Morgan, your speech language pathologist. You're probably noticing we're in a different location today. This is not my office. Welcome to my kitchen. One of my favorite activities to recommend for building and developing language is cooking. While sometimes a tumultuous event with picky eating and power struggles and attention issues, it also can be a moment for us to bond and check in with our child and be sensitive to their needs. Cooking is a great way to work on many language skills, from the sequencing of events in a recipe to the qualitative and quantitative aspects within that recipe, how different items feel, different foods feel, how they smell, how they look, if we added too much sugar or not enough milk, how adding the egg can change the consistency of the flour once you mix it all up and it goes from soft and dry to sticky. Working on our sensory needs as far as getting used to being messy and gooey, feeling that scratchiness of the salt. It's also a great way to get your kids to try out new foods. When something is just placed in front of them, it's foreign, it's weird, I don't know what that is. But when we incorporate it through cooking, our hands get used to it, our nose gets used to the smell. So therefore later when it's time to eat it, it's not quite as foreign, it's not quite as weird and ooh. Let's go ahead and get started with a recipe that I have planned that also fits in with St. Patrick's Day this weekend. All right, guys, let's get started. All right, so the recipe that I have planned for us today is a simple hummus recipe that turns your hummus into a green color using spinach instead of an additive. You can find the recipe for this on my blog. I borrowed it from Nicole Spain, a registered dietitian. I did make one change on the recipe. I am not a big fan of vegetable oil. I prefer olive oil, so I switched out the olive oil instead of vegetable oil. I like to look at the recipe and use this as our group plan. For those of you that are familiar with flexible and stuck thinking and the incredible Superflex program, the group plan is a way that we discuss following the same idea among a group of kids or group of people to help our kids build on their joint attention. So I have our very simple 4-step recipe here. I also like to encourage finding the ingredients as a treasure hunt, where you can work on the concepts of in, out, up, down, and answering the question, where? I saved you guys from the treasure hunt. I have my processor here. The first step is to add those chickpeas. I love talking about the texture of chickpeas and the shape of chickpeas. I love how some of them look like little hearts. Boom, 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 boom. And again, some of them have the skins on there. So again, getting in there and feeling that texture. So we go ahead and dump those in there in the food processor. Now, food processors are loud. Some of our kids might be afraid of how loud they are. That's awesome, because we can then use conversation and desensitization to get them used to this loud sound. Give them a warning. I'm gonna turn it on. It's gonna be loud. If they need some ear protection, go ahead and do that as well, because these are loud machines. And for some of our little guys, it might be a good idea to protect their ears as well. All right, so then after we add our chickpeas, now we're gonna add our leafy green spinach. All right, ooh, the spinach feels different than the chickpeas. It's a little crunchy, it's a little more flexible, and it's not round. Some of them still might be shaped as hearts if we look hard enough. I like all the little lines on the spinach. All right, so we go ahead and add those in there. Next, we're gonna go ahead and add the oil. 1 tablespoon of oil. There we go. And some of the lemon juice. All right. Ooh, that lemon juice It smells sweet. And we go ahead and dump that on top. All right, so there were 4 steps there. We added the chickpeas. There was 5 steps there. There's the chickpeas, the spinach, the lemon juice, and the oil. Now, I have to add that lid and combine it. All right, so the motor on my food processor has decided to break. But that's okay because we are flexible. And I wanted to share that moment with you because I'm always telling you to be flexible and to work with what you have because sometimes things don't go as planned. So I have a backup food processor with this magic bullet. It makes a little bit of a smaller batch, but that's okay. I can just transfer it on over here and share with you my flexibility in dealing with this craziness that just happened. All right, so we get those chickpeas, that lemon juice, and that oil in there. We make a big mess. It's super fun. All right, flexible. We are flexible. We work with what we got. Yes, we do. All right, so let's try this again. Round number 2 with the overstuffed magic bullet. Check on it. All right, give it a little try. Tastes good. All right, and go ahead and pour it in. And there we go. And you have a healthy St. Patrick's Day snack with no green additives. Add some cucumbers with it or some pita. Sounds delicious. Can't wait for lunch. Hey guys, thanks for joining me in my kitchen today. Let me know in the comments below what you thought about this activity and if you want to see more food-related activities on Friday Ideas. All right, take care. Have a great week. Bye-bye.